We are officially live. Hit the countdown, boys.
Countdown. You ready?
See, I've been ready.
All right. I'm born ready.
What up? What up? What up? We're back. Get right, Fantasy Network. We're here. It's me and Ant. Black tees today. So, hey,
Get right,
I'm
tees?
not.
No?
Ooh,
Is yours in the wash?
yeah.
Got to represent, baby.
Mine's all black. Hey,
It's
it
all
might
good.
be get right on the back. Who knows? I'm always getting right. So, hey, it's gonna be interesting. So, as you guys can see, no Frank. I believe we already hit the intro.
Yeah, we're good.
Tight, tight. So we just
1
jump
hour
right
of just
into it.
us.
Dude,
Hope you're ready.
no other place in the world you would rather be. World. Dude, let's break it down. We got some. Hey, got some news. So we're gonna be covering some new stuff. We're gonna be obviously breaking down July 23rd's Friday night mock. What up, Dim boys? Obviously SuperFlex, but and do we bring it up right here?
Go
Am I
ahead.
allowed to?
No, bring it up. It's about
All
time.
right.
Let them know.
So we're gonna switch it up. We just finalized some things on what we wanted to do, but we wanted to do a mock championship.
Like a
So
mock
how it's
tournament.
gonna start? A tournament. Uh, so starting tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to hold drafts. We're gonna take the best of those drafts. Friday night, we're gonna say it for me. I can't say that. Recap.
Recreate? I don't know. Where are you going with that one?
I don't know where the R was coming from.
Reseed?
We're gonna recap. We're gonna
Recap.
break
Okay.
down. I'm more of a breakdown kind of guy myself. So we're gonna break down all the drafts, and we're gonna take the tops out of all those drafts. And on Friday, it's gonna be the championship. So only draft if you're available to draft Friday. We want to get some new people involved. We want to get some old people back that have drafted, waited till it's closer to the season, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys have friends out there, network, help us out, get them in the draft. Let's see let's do a mock draft of champions. Okay? There's going to be more in store. We'll break it down a little later, but we have a lot of cool things that we've been thinking about. So tomorrow it's going to be official. So get your guys in. 1 entry per person. It's going to be interesting. We still don't know if we're going to draft in them because I already know, like, I'll probably do best draft and then, I win the
I think we're
trophy
exempt.
whenever. Okay. That makes sense. Hey, so let's jump into it. Our boy Wilson27, who's been dropping memes, some anti-Cowboys. He's all over the place. I'm not going to knock him for it, but I'm going to let you pull up the draft board so everybody can see it live.
There it is.
So
we're still working
in
that out.
SuperFlex, he did what you're supposed to do. He took McCaffrey first. I like it. So let's break it down. Ant, what'd you think?
Yeah, man. The one spot's kind of difficult this year. Depending on who you're drafting with, it's a lot of guys that are coming off the board before, things come to you. So you kind of have to be, quick on your feet. You're going to get, you're going to get McCaffrey. You're going to get Mahomes. You're going to get one of the top 2 guys in fantasy, anchoring your team. And basically it's going to be built, around that. So I think what he did here actually kind of worked out pretty well. Getting McCaffrey, Sanders, and Gaskins, as well as Harris and even McKissick as his 5 running backs. Still getting Burrow and Darnold as your QB 1 and 2. Again, it's not going to be 2, top 10 guys like you can get, if you're kind of in that back half of the draft. But again, you still end up with Diggs as a nice wide receiver 1. So, I kind of like this team. I had to come in at a B+ with it. Again, just because it does lack, a star tight end, which again, I don't mind. Um, but to me, I'm in that B plus range on this one.
Hey, I love what he did as far as he's, like we said, depth and running backs. He's a little shaky on his number 2 quarterback, but he's got a third there too. So I really like what Wilson did here. But I could agree with you. I think we're all starting to put a little more emphasis on tight ends. We're not all stubborn. Uh, so I like what you did here, Wilson. I'm not gonna put you in my top drafter list, unfortunately. It could be that Dim Girls meme you sent me. Hey, we'll talk about that later. Hey, awkward shark dad, Mr. Kokamish. What you think? He went the Mahomes route.
Yeah. Obviously, when McCaffrey comes up off the board, you're looking at Mahomes there in a super flex. Um, Obviously, when you go Mahomes, you can kind of give up a little bit. So he built out his team with, 3 running backs there. I'm just not really a fan of Swift and Mixon. So having those 2 guys, I don't really kind of like it myself.
Those
Um,
are the 2 you didn't like?
No, I'm just saying, like, I mean, they're fine. I don't think you don't take them where you got them. I just personally, and I try to take my personal feelings out of these grades and breakdowns. So, like, again, I understand where I have them ranked and everything like that. So, again, it's he picked right, and it's a nice backfield. But just I personally don't like those guys per se. So again, it would be tough for me to have those guys fall to me that way if it did. I still think he gets some great, receivers here with Godwin and Johnson. And again, gets Roethlisberger, who we know who's going to throw. Gets Winston down here, who I feel is going to be, the starter there, which again could be debatable. But again, I came on this team here with a B plus as well.
That's because he likes you. It's because he likes you, awkward shark dad. I feel like if we were blind and I was gonna pick out a team that you drafted, I feel like this would be it. Not something I'm 100% okay with. Like again, Jared Cook's really late. Yeah, I won't say my Big Ben stuff. I don't think Jameis Winston. He's not getting the starting job. Um, but
And that's
hey,
where
I
we're going
see
to
why
have
you
the
get him
biggest
there.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we thought that last year. So
And we know how
um,
you think about Big Ben. So
yeah, that's a point we're gonna
so
get
again,
into.
he has a lot of people that you're not, but like you love Mixon. Like I know you love Mixon. You like Swift.
I do.
You're
I do.
not that great on ETN, but as an RB3, I don't
I
think you
love.
mind that.
Yeah, I love ETN and I love him late. I just think right now
Right.
what I'm seeing
People
in a
getting
lot
him
of
at as a
drafts,
1 or a 2.
people are drinking the rookie juice, and that's all we've got to see. That's all we've looked at. That's all we hear about, right? So we're just drinking the Kool Aid, and that's why we're drafting these guys so high. Like it's still good. Hey, take a shot. Um,
It's a lotto ticket. Could pay off.
it is, but I mean, until today, reports were saying that he's a third down back and all that. Now it's saying like, hey, we're gonna mix him in. I get it. I like ETN. I do. I can't say nothing bad about him. It just that ADP,
Yeah.
like where he's being drafted at. Like he is a good person to steal late rounds, stuff like that. So getting him in the 4th, like that's a little tougher for me,
But
right? When you
Robinson
have,
goes here at 7-9, which is outrageous
yeah,
for
stuff
everyone
makes no
drafting
sense.
here.
That's what I was saying. A proven 2nd-year guy. But I mean, you can even point at CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. I'm not just saying them. Julio Jones. Who we can look at Madden rankings, right? When all else fails, guys, look at Madden rankings.
Yeah. Don't
Better
go
than
to any other kind of
ADP.
rankings. Just go right to Madden.
Nah, but I like what he did. A few small changes, but I definitely think he has a solid team. Like he has a team in contentions. He's got everything where it needs to be. I think Rojo's going to have a bigger year than what I'm giving him credit for. Obviously, with Fournette still there, it's a little different. And to see those two only go 8 draft picks apart is kind of crazy for me. Could be 9. I don't know. Not a math major or anything.
Yeah.
Um, but no, it's crazy because one of those guys is going to be the steal. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Keyshawn Vaughn. We should. Who knows? Whatever. Um, but yeah, moving on. If we're allowed to do that. Bravery, you've been here before.
Return drafter, second draft.
And it shows. I think he had a good draft. As far as like if I'm looking at color coding, again, I'm not huge on a lot of the names that he has, but when he's picking up people like Carter in the 9th round, like to me that's a steal. Jared Goff's gonna win you those weeks. So like this is what we've explained, but I guess I'll do it again. So like the reason we're so high on carrying 3 quarterbacks because Josh Allen and Jones are both going to have a bye. So you want somebody that's at least decent, somebody on the upper half, so you don't just throw away your whole week, like, and you don't have to do that twice. That's the big part to me. So
Yeah,
that's why we like it.
and let
Again,
alone an
running backs.
injury like a Dak or a Joe Burrow or a insert, 3 or 4 other quarterbacks here from last year. So
Exactly.
you know what I mean? He said you got 10 fingers. I got to put that up here. Said you
I
got
know
10
he caught
fingers,
me on the
Dustin.
chat.
You should be able to count to 8 or 9 at least. I mean, but again, he is a Cowboy. Well, I guess you can't say that. That's Cowboy on Cowboy hate right there. We can't have that. Well, actually, no. Keep it up because if not, he's just going to be hating on me all the time. So
Who is it?
I
Hey, just
appreciate
scared
that.
Paul can't. Maybe I had. Hey, maybe I had a firework accident you don't know about,
Ooh,
but I didn't. No, so
is that
break it
too
down.
soon?
So
Is that too soon? I mean, it is still
I
July.
think we're good. I think we're
Oh,
good.
okay.
Hey,
All
I
right.
think one of the steal picks that he got is Singletary getting him in 11th round, and then Jarvis and Gronk. Like he's backed up in all the right position. Like as far as depth, he's there. I just
Yeah.
Danny
I
Dimes, you're not gonna win me
I
over.
thought one of the greatest picks was getting Aaron Jones at 3-3. To me, that's insane.
People
Coming
were
off the
scared of the Green Bay thing, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll talk about that when we get here to Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
We'll wait.
Because again, this draft was right after we heard the news about him possibly retiring. I believe right when this draft
Yeah.
happened. So I
Who
think
knows? Hey, day before
he
yesterday, he was
fell.
retiring. Like you
Yeah,
said,
it's been like
yesterday he's
flip
playing.
flopping every day.
Frank might owe me $1. One of these gentlemen bets are going to be paid up. I just need to
Sooner
see
or
him
later.
play in a. That's it. Just suit up. Play one game with the Packers. Take that, Frank. If Sean Watson's playing too, we'll get there. All right.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
know that's going to be exciting to talk about too. All right, so much stuff still to talk about, dude. We're getting so close to the season, man. I'm getting so excited. Getting so excited. We got football coming soon, man.
What is it? We're 5 or 6 weeks away. Hold on, dim boys. Dim boys, let us know in the chat how far away.
Yeah,
Hey, I know we got Cowboys, got the Hall of Fame game going. Everybody wants to see a Cowboy game, so that'll be interesting.
I'll probably wait another couple days.
Whatever. You're watching.
I could wait. I've waited this long. I could wait another
You're watching our training
couple
camps.
days.
You're watching our
I
training
have
camps.
to for my job. Yeah. Anyway, Ravery, just appreciate you coming out again. I came in here with a B plus on this one as well. I'm rocking 3 straight B pluses with this team. I
Throw
think there's
some
a lot of
B's
value
on it.
here. Again, they don't have that kind of star QB2 that you can just ride out all year long. To me, again, I mean, if you maybe consider their QB1s on these 3 teams, but again, none of them just wow me. As far as having the full package, as far as the starters and the depth built behind it. So again, I had to come in at a B plus.
We dig it. We dig it. Now, Shane P. Halam 2. I had to break that down. I usually can't get everybody's full name into it.
That was
It's got to put
really
a little
good.
Bitmoji or something.
I never even tried.
Dude,
I
I
never
did a
even
little bit of
tried to
work.
say that. That was good.
Yeah,
You've been rolling up
I
your
was trying
sleeves
to.
there a little bit.
Hey, I was trying to impress them boys, I think we're both gonna say the same thing. So, like, when this draft happened, picking
Agreed.
up Love was a solid pick. Um, his whole team's fire, right? Except for that QB2. Like, we don't know when Justin Fields gets the job. I want to
Hmm.
say and or if he gets the job. We know it's destined to happen, right? Andy Dalton's not obviously going to be the answer to your prayers. And then getting Love there was solid. Now we hear Rodgers coming back. So we'll just grade it like Rodgers was still retiring at this time because that's when the video was made. I like that, but it's still not going to get you. You kind of went other positions where I felt like you could have got somebody who could help you now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
You
And
got to go a little earlier than that.
right, and for that reason, because again, the rest of the players are pretty, formidable, against the other three
Whoa.
teams, but I had to drop it down to a B just because the QB situation is hurting even more than these other guys over here. So when I compare those grades, I had to bring it down to a B for those reasons. But by no means at all do I, not like Murray, Gibson, Waller, Evans, Lamb, especially Henderson. We knew that Akers news at this point, so it was interesting seeing him, go here at 6'9". Um, which I think is fair to where he is. You could probably argue he could go a little higher. Um,
I
but
wanted to argue that.
no, I
I
mean
think that's
I'm
I
just
think
saying
that's
if
about where he needs to be. Can I break down stats?
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
We all wanted to know about Henderson, right? Here's some
Yeah,
stats that I stole.
bring it. Let's go.
Check this
Fire,
out.
spit that fire.
When Henderson had over 40% of snaps last year, he averaged 64 rush yards. In those weeks, so we're taking his top weeks, week 2 through 7, he had 2.2 average targets, 18 receiving yards per game. So he's not a threat in the passing game, anything like that. I truly see the Rams are going to, they're going to run some training camps. They're going to see like we're lacking. Everybody looks good in training camp. I'll go to another one like Jamar Chase. You're like, oh my God, amazing catch. Like you're playing against the
Nice.
Bengals defense too. So
Well said.
like
Well said.
hey, on the other side, like that's why when we say everybody looks good in preseason, like yeah, whatever. I won't get into that, but you got to realize who they're playing against too. So that's my thing on Henderson. I think he's
Well
pretty
said.
good there in the 6, 7, 8 range. Like me personally, if I had a choice, it was Darrell Henderson and Mostert. Like I'll take the upside potential on Mostert depending on what my team looks like for the draft part ahead of it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just put some perspective. I don't think he's leading the backfield over there. I don't think he's going to be the final answer. I know there's a couple names that always come around, right? You got the Adrian Peterson. Do they bring Gurley back? All this kind of stuff. I see them
Hmm.
making a move. They're going to have to.
Right. And they're probably,
Yeah.
all the news is, of course, oh, they're just going to hold strong. Of course, that's what they're going to say. They're going to try to, leverage some type of deal, whether it's, with that veteran or with, anyone else.
Yes.
They have to kind of play that card. But, again, we all know we were posting the first day, throwing out all the names that, we immediately go to. So if us guys here
Exactly.
on a fantasy channel and, listeners of a fantasy channel, all of us are thinking it, these GMs are thinking it. So I mean, I just have to imagine the guys that are actually getting paid literally millions of dollars to think about this stuff in case their star running back goes down. They've, I'm sure, had this conversation months ago. So, I'm
Hey,
sure they
let's
already
catch
have a
up on
list. Go ahead.
chat. It's gonna
Oh,
be
where are we at?
a lot of them boys.
Oh, okay. So 10,
Thank
10
you.
days away. There we
I
go.
was about to whoop
Oh,
some
there we
ass
go.
in 10 days.
First regular season game in 6.5 weeks. Man, he's putting those fingers to work. I just see him going like this between the fingers and the notepad. That's what I'm talking about, them boys. All over it. Said he'll be going in the fourth by the time redraft season starts. I hope not, because he went RB25 here off this board, and to me, that's about, like you said, about where he should go. I mean, maybe you can argue 3 or 4 spots ahead, but I mean, I'm not
People are gonna
taking
drink the juice, man.
right. So again, it just depends, depending on
I
people's
love what he
strategy.
says next.
Here we go.
This is what I've been talking about.
Even where he's at 25 is still even a little high, is what you're saying.
And go to the next one. This is what I've been saying. Sonny Michelle to the
Oh,
Rams.
he's spitting that fire. That's why he wanted me to get there. Okay.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's what they need to do, man.
Hey, my shot was James Robinson. I said they need to get James Robinson.
I think we're drinking the Kool-Aid. That's why we're jumping off the James Robinson board like he didn't do something last year. Patriots.
No, I'm saying Erd doesn't like him. I just don't think Erd likes him. Like, I like him. I think he should be taken early. I already
Hey,
had
I would
4
like to
running
see
backs, or else I would have took him
Tampa
too.
Bay. Tampa Bay, get rid of unleash one of these guys. Give him
Right?
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Something.
I
Anyway,
think me and Mike were talking. Shout out to Mike.
shout
But
out,
that's what
Mike.
we were talking about too. We think that would be
GetRightFF.com. Check them out.
always dropping hot fire.
Hot fire.
But that's something that I wanted to see too. I know we kind of all right. We beat this one dead.
Well, you didn't get to talk to Henderson. We were talking that on the live stream, so you didn't.
Okay.
This was your first chance to kind of get it out there to the world. So we had to spend a little
I
time.
needed that.
That's why I let you have the floor a little bit there.
Sorry. Hey, but as far as like his first 5 picks are fire. Absolutely love it. And I see
No, I know they are.
at 7-4, like he had to do what he can do. I like Fields obviously a lot more in Dynasty. Like he obviously would never make it to 7th round, but like I like what he did, man. He really worked his picks. He does have a lot of young guys. I don't know. Maybe he is more of a dynasty drafter, or he was just working up for his dynasty draft. I think he got a good team. I just don't think this year, like if you're in a keeper league or something like that, like cool, but it's tough. What'd you give him, Matt?
I think I said it already, but I was at like a B minus. Because of that. Again, just doesn't have the depth that I'd like. I mean, again, like you said, I don't mind these guys again, but you're looking at an injury that would need to happen before these guys are completely relevant. I mean, maybe Sermon takes over later, but I'm not going in there with him as my RB3, and definitely don't want Henderson as my RB2. I mean, again, unless you have 2 studs at wide receiver, which he doesn't necessarily have, I wouldn't consider those guys like 2 top 5 guys. So again, I just think you missed the mark a little bit, but again, I don't hate it. So I'm there at like a B minus.
My boy, hey, congratulations. You just got 2 grades for Matt. Hey,
I'm split, like whatever that is, whatever
unfortunately,
B minus is.
they're the lowest of the night. Alfredo Brown GM, welcome, my man.
Whoa!
Welcome.
Speaking of GMs, he said. Speaking of GMs, he's here. We have one here. Alfredo Brown.
Break it. Hey, let's break it down.
What are you thinking on this team?
You already know hey, it's like he got me and then he pulled me away, then he got me, he pulled me away. He really has a solid team. I put him as my 4th best draft. And there's reasons for that, right? Like Najee, I'm gonna skip over Chase and I'm going to Mostert as your number 2 running back. Jonnu, that's gonna be a little tough. 3 solid wide receivers. He almost hit everything on the head for what I want to see in a draft. And I'm guilty of this. Anthony, you're guilty of this. We were big tight end streamers. Like we've been there. We do that a lot. Like that's a strategy that I use if I'm going to pull multiple running backs because I just feel, and I know we kind of beat this situation dead. They
drop like flies.
Yeah.
Like flies,
once you get to
man.
week 8, week 9, week 10,
we're having like, 17 weeks this year, man. Yeah.
Hey,
I've never been like, man, I need a tight end like hella bad. I've never said that. I've never said that.
I'll take a week 7 points. Like that's all you're gonna get, even in PPR. Like somebody going for 4 catches, 34 yards, and you're like, that's all right by me,
Yeah, like I'm fine. I'm just gonna dominate on these other teams. Yeah, because I have all these running backs.
Every other mark, and you pretty much did. We just have to see what Chase is gonna do over there.
Yeah. And
got to stay healthy, or it's like it could just fall apart quick, man. And getting Deshaun Watson, like your quarterback trio, is like one of the best out here.
Yeah, and like to me, when you have 2 quarterbacks like that, like even if Deshaun doesn't play for 6 or 12 games or whatever, you can absorb that. You could throw somebody in a flex for 2 weeks and be fine.
He's worth the value.
Yeah, and still have him available in the playoffs. Yeah.
You find out he's really gonna sit for 6 weeks, and somebody picks him up in the 10th. Get out of here! Like that's ridiculous. That'll never happen. So if they say that he's sitting for 6, trust me, he's gonna. I'm picking him earlier than that.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, if you're drafting now and it comes out that he misses 6 weeks, you're not like, oh man, why'd I take Deshaun in the 10th or whatever? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not
Hey,
you're
we
not
were
saying
taking
that.
Michael Thomas with 6 games. Like, I'll take the risk in the fourth, fifth round,
Seriously.
whatever it's
I
gonna
was
be. Like,
trading
give.
for McCaffrey knowing he had a high ankle sprain. Like he was out for 6 to 8. I was like, take him. He'll be back for
Same here.
playoffs. Take him. Didn't think he was going to go out again. But anyway, early and
Literally,
often,
just
guys.
give me
Early and often.
give me those weeks 15 through 17 or whatever playoffs are this year with this
I'll get
with this
by for the
crazy
rest.
schedule.
Yeah. Anyway, to me, this is actually the best team I kind of like so far. When I was looking at it, when I was kind of looking at all the other teams given, B's, B pluses and B's, I looked at this team and I'm just like, the quarterback situation here is, kind of the better of the two that, I would like to see out of all the teams. So for that, to me, it makes that jump up higher and gets them in that A- range. So A-.
I like it. I like it. It's crazy because I did have I'll go back to Shane. Shane, I did have you as my fifth favorite. Alfredo, I have you as my fourth favorite. My third favorite is somebody I hate, but we'll get to that. Um, speaking of stuff I hate, what a horrible logo. I'm just kidding. Hey, Dougie,
I
welcome.
think they were all kind of telling him in this chat that he was going to kind of get roasted a little bit for the logo, but he wore it
He
strong.
got a gold emblem. Hey, I respect it, man. But yeah, absolutely hate your logo. Then you hit me with the Dalvin Cook. Hey, I mean, like we just probably weren't meant to be friends, and that's cool. Uh, you got a solid team, man. The only thing I could say about your team is I'm just not big on Tua, and you have nobody else behind them. You do have a starting caliber. I won't say starting caliber, but a starter. Like he's at least starting. That's really the only knock because other than that, like your team is solid. Like you got a fire team all the way down. I like 99% of the guys that you took here, and you got them all at good value too. So change that to a pick. Like you put a different name there, and there's not even too much out there to offer. You could even let's call them the rapist, but I won't. But like even a Big Ben right there, somebody's gonna throw it 50 times, get those yards. Like I'm damn near might put you up as one of my favorite drafts.
Well, I
But I
mean,
just think with Tua, it's just too much.
Fitzpatrick went at the 7-12, so I'm sure you'd like to see that there instead.
Yeah, even that. I was just trying to look at the ones that are available, but yeah,
Yeah.
even
Well, I think he misses with the uh, Gus Edwards pick. I think if he does a little better there,
what
you
would you
know,
like to see there?
I'd like to see probably a quarterback there in that round
I mean, he still has time to
and
pick
get
up
your
Taysom.
QB 3 right there because then you could
If
still
he gets
follow it up with like
Taysom,
you know what I mean? Just anything right there. Anything in that round or even one after, just any third quarterback. And this is a really solid team. Again, I still prefer Davis as an RB3 versus an RB2. Can make the argument he could be a RB2. But again, if you're filling out your receivers with Hopkins and Robinson and you have Cook, you kind of don't hate that Davis as an RB2. So, um,
I think this draft is disrespectful for not even taking Taysom, so he could pick him up off the waiver wire. And I instantly like your team that much more because Taysom's getting the starting job.
yeah, you drop Gus
Somebody's
Edwards, pick up Taysom, you might be all right.
not dog.
Um,
Hey, Gus is gonna eat this year too. People are sleeping on Gus,
he's the
but I'm saying,
RB3 of the team.
hey, but he's also gonna have to pick people up. Now you tell me to drop Hollywood Brown. Hey, different story. I'm kind of hearing you there.
Yeah, and then you have the stack
But there's
there.
going to be no need. We only did 13 rounds. You're still going to have to get your,
Kicker in a
defensive
defense,
players,
or maybe one
kickers.
other flex if you do that instead, which I like. So anyway, I came in with a B on this one, just because no QB3. And if
Hey,
you
BB
ask me, a
lately
B is
is
actually a pretty high grade considering have a QB3. It's just because again, like you said, I kind of like the top construction of this. Um, but maybe I
and
probably
because you're a
should be
new
more at a B
drafter, so we
minus.
want to
But
bring you in easy, and then we just start,
and then we'll break
hey,
you down a little more.
yeah. So we'll give you that. Whatever.
Not
You
bad.
get a B.
Just keep
You
watching
get a
our
B.
episodes. You'll be good.
Frank, on the other hand, lucky Frank ain't here. Hey, so I've covered a couple of them.
No,
I do want
Alfredo
to
Brown.
say
I gave an A- to that guy. You would have gave him a D right then and there for Deshaun. But he's not going to be able to say that for long.
exactly. Showed up to camp or showing up to camp.
He's just there
Uh,
so he doesn't get fined. You know that. You know why he's there.
whatever. I mean, he could do a lot of things. I'm just saying, I like to play it at face value. So as of right now, he's not facing a suspension. He's still going there. I'm putting him in the same boat as Aaron Rodgers. I'm looking at it like he's going to play. If Deshaun and the Texans hug it out, figure it out, whatever they need to do, probably get his case dropped, or even if he doesn't, whatever. They get to pick when his suspension is going to be. So it could be next year. I'm not gonna run from the unknown. That's just my
Nice.
side.
Again, as long as you're getting value, I don't mind it as a QB3, which is why I still gave the A minus. But anyway, we're past Dougie. Go ahead, we digress.
Sorry, Dougie. Change your emblem. I'll give you A plus. Speaking of King Saab, hey, no emblem. He just went with nothing.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm giving my man the best draft.
Ooh.
I really did.
Ooh.
I really did. Hey,
Tell me why.
Deep insert. Okay, so
he only has 3 running backs.
With those two-headed running backs that he's got right there, Josh Jacobs, I know you don't personally like him. I think we're sleeping on him. It's not like he's just fell off a cliff. He's getting him in the 5th round. He's already got like I said, 2 solid quarterbacks before that, 3 solid running backs. Then look at his receivers. He's got killers. Thielen, I did a hot take. Calbeck, if you watch, I will get my money. I did a hot take. I think Thielen might overtake the throne over there. I don't care if they signed D.D. Westbrook today. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, yeah, we didn't even mention that Deshaun, they said there's a 90% chance, there's an article going out, 90% chance Deshaun goes to Philly. Whatever. We're not here to talk about Philly. Sorry to the comment.
Sorry, man. I'm not the host of this show, so we don't report Eagles news here. We don't report any Eagles
news. My boy's grabbing Mark Andrews at 8'6". Robbie Anderson.
That's a steal.
And he's got Higbee, who I love, and then he's picking up Jimmy G, Mac Jones. That's a long shot, right? But hey, worth a shot at that point. Like we're talking about 13.
So what do you give him?
So, man, I give him
A+. Say it.
A plus, baby.
Hey, he called a shot on you. He called a shot.
Like bold italic A plus.
Hey, you're making his day right now.
Why?
He called a shot.
What do you mean?
He said if this is an A plus draft, and then filled with a whole bunch of filled with a whole bunch of
F word.
You know, King. You know, Saab,
Frank
man.
ain't here.
Hey, have it. He let us have it, man. He was like, if this ain't A plus draft, he called his shot. I'm not there. I'm in the A minus range on this one. It is one of my top drafts. I don't feel comfortable going into a draft with going into a season with 3 running backs, and that's the reason why it misses the A or A plus for me. To me, if you pick up
him to play 4 running backs,
no, you just need some depth. We all seen what happened with Akers. I mean, you never know. And then you start having bye weeks and things like that. I mean, you're gonna have to pick something up later. So again, I mean, you have 4 quarterbacks depending on what happens there. But again, you're taking 2 tight ends, you're taking 4 quarterbacks, but you're not taking another running back. So again, A minus. I'm not killing the guy, but it's not A plus. Sorry, King.
I would get this like in that 13-7 instead of taking a shot on Mac Jones, take a shot on Gainwell or Philip Lindsay. If somebody goes down, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody really?
Well, he's
anyway.
a little late on Hubbard.
Yeah.
But man, that's tough to give him A minus. Like that's, in my opinion, that was.
But I mean, it's a great draft. I mean, it's still a great draft. I'm not taking anything away from him, but
he was way above the rest, in my opinion. Like taking the names off the jersey, I just looked at it like everything was there, color coding, all that.
Yeah, and then I mean, there's it probably would have been an A, but then I have that Jacobs hate. Again, I don't mind him as my RB3.
That's what it really
is. You don't have anything else there. I love the Andrews pick at 8-6. Shame on all of us for letting him fall that far. But I love trees. I like Thielen. I had him last year. Again, I'm fine with Anderson as your wide receiver 3. Chenault is a nice, spark. Again, it's not A plus for me.
That's killing me.
It's just not A plus for me.
The more I like it.
Well, there you go. You gave A plus. You can't say anything else. Let's go. That's it. Good job, King.
Okay.
Keep coming out, buddy. Hey. I like him, man. He represents. I was hoping we get him live here tonight. He said he was going to blow up our chats. But I guess I'll have to catch it in the morning. So blow up our comments, man. Blow up our comments. Let us know what you think. He's probably going to tear me up because I didn't give him the double A
No,
plus.
he's
But
not in there. I'm telling you, hit the chat board.
oh, my bad. There it is.
See,
You guys, Cowboys fans, think alike, man. I like it.
a man of the people right there.
I'm gonna tell him what's up, man. I want him to kill it. Just get that fourth running back at least. Just give me one guy down there somewhere. Just one more. That's just somewhat decent. Anything that could be something.
And then as soon as you do that, he'll tear you up because it wasn't a quarterback. Moving on, guys.
No, I mean,
Usman 23-20. Hold us down, eh? What you think?
This one to me is
Sour.
also one of the better drafts of the night to me. He comes in and gets Eckler, Carson, and Connor and Williams. That's pretty decent to me. He gets Jackson and Wentz and Wilson as his three quarterbacks. To me, he probably has the kind of better quarterback, guys here. These are all guys that are at least going to be at least projected to start all 17 games next year. You can't say that about any of the other quarterbacks, or I guess besides Ravery's team because he did get Goff down here. So it just kind of checks that off. It has Adams, Jones, Higgins, Cooks as the receiving core. Hawkinson and Troutman. To me, this was an A team. I actually like this team a little more than Sobs.
Disrespectful. I don't. Looking back, I really do like his team. Obviously, like he came off the board. It's
well,
not
you hate
even
Wentz,
with my Carson.
So that's why.
It's not with my Carson Wentz hate. It's not what it is.
Just like how I hated
Wilson.
Jacobs, you hate Wentz, so that's why it's not. You're getting the knock on this one.
Maybe it is. Hey, maybe it is. But I just think like with James Conner as your third running back, Eckler and Carson, I love those picks. I just think it's a lot of risk, when it comes to injuries. And that's where I would have tried to just protect myself a little bit more with getting extra running backs. But I mean, he held depth in all the right positions. Like, this is a solid draft. Man, I love Eckler and I love Carson's upside. And then you got two solid receivers. You got a solid quarterback.
Top 5 tight end. I mean, it
Zach
checks all
Wilson
the boxes.
is going to have to throw the ball like crazy with no defense over there.
That's what I mean. To me, it's the most complete team.
I love Brandon Cooks.
Tell me look at Sobs. You're not telling me you'd be a little more comfortable with this team than this team, dealing with this Garoppolo, Mac Jones issue down here, and only having 3 running backs, Dustin. You're telling me you'd rather enter a league with these 3 running backs?
Carson Wentz goes out, and then what? So now I'm running with Zach Wilson. I got nobody else behind me. Carson Wentz is known to get hurt.
You could say that with anybody. I mean, yeah, if your quarterback goes down, then your quarterback goes down.
I'm talking about people with histories of injuries right there. Histories. Why is Jalen Hurts even over there in the first place? And he's trash. He's going to get replaced by Deshaun. That's all I'm saying. Usman, you did a solid draft. Looking back at it, I did want to say, like, hey, I may have slept on your team a little bit, but you still lose me in those couple little areas. Man, with Carson Wentz and Zach Wilson again, see, I'm talking myself back down. I'm not rocking with that as my team. King Saab, you're deep in the right places. You definitely could have got another running back, but you got 3 workhorses, 3 number ones. We're scared of the unknown of what Drake's gonna do and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not worried about that. It's gonna take a little work off my boy Josh right there. But you had a solid draft, Usman. I'm not trying to hate on you. Solid draft. We hope you return. Come back to the Tournament of Champions, man. Bring your people. Get in. Let's see if we're caught up on the chat. See what my boy's talking about. Wilson's QBs are all starters. Oh, he's checking you.
Is that maybe I already answered that?
Nope, he went to the notebook. Oh, okay.
Oh, you're saying Wilson's QBs are all starters also? Oh yeah, Darnold, Carr. Yeah, I guess so.
Now this one.
I don't know. I just like those guys a little more. I like that trio a little more than that trio.
You are not gonna like my grade.
Because I don't like Carr, and I'm. Go ahead.
CastleBlack, top 3 draft.
CastleBlack, top 3 draft.
Top 30.
CastleBlack. Where did I come in with CastleBlack?
Not huge on the quarterbacks, obviously, but top 3.
Yeah, no, on CastleBlack I came in at an A minus. To me, this team is fairly similar to King Subs, and that's why I kind of put him in the same realm. Um, as far as that goes, a lot of top end talent, of course, in Kamara, Hill, Kittle, Metcalf. I mean, that's nasty.
Killing it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's just absurd for your top 4 picks. Really nice. You kind of, go 0 QB in a super flex. And when you still end up, I think, with Lawrence and Cousins, again, there's some question marks and, concerns there. But again, that's kind of the chance you take. You have to be okay with taking those 2 guys. Then hedges his bet with Bridgewater and Locke. Again, at least he did that. I don't think it was necessary. Not too many people have been drafting Locke, at least, in the 40 plus mocks, we've done so far this year.
First I've seen.
Right. I mean, you can pretty much leave him on the wire at this point and try to get some other, depth here. And that's what I'd like to see is another running back down here. Again, even if it's a dart throw type guy or, a backup, at this time it was Darrell Henderson that was almost being taken in that exact same spot last week, prior to the week prior to the Akers injury. So, hedge your bet on, yeah, something like that down there. I think would be a little better. And I'm fine with just taking Bridgewater only. I think he'll win that job there. And if not, you can just swap those guys out real quick. Hopefully you got priority, put some fab out there. But again, that's where I'm at. So A minus, to me, it's a nice team. I mean, he's because really it stays in the A range because all of us let Robinson fall to him in the 7-9. If he doesn't get Robinson there, then it's definitely in the B range, B minus. If you don't get that there, especially with only three running backs. So,
especially for Chase to go before him,
yeah,
ridiculous. Whatever.
So anyway,
again, you're benefiting from people drinking the rookie juice, thinking he's going to lose his job. He hasn't lost his job yet. He's the best running back they've had there since Fournette when he was healthy. Playoff Lenny. Speaking of playoff Lenny. He's the number 2 running back on this guy.
You said he answered it, but now I disagree.
Hey, QuinnSTL. I don't know if it's Steel or he's from St. Louis. I don't want to assume it's St. Louis, but it's pretty safe bet right there. Put a little Anthony move, right? Just jumping off the board with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, just kind of went Kelce 110. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, I think I took him as early as 1.6 before, just to see what happens. Again, like you heard me say a little bit ago, I've been in 40 plus mocks. So when you don't want to just keep kind of going on autopilot, drafting the same team and the same guys all the time. So, I try to switch things up here and there. So I took him at the 1.6 to see what I could do with it. But I don't think he did too well with this one to me.
I was for sure waiting for a too bad. I don't think.
No, I was like, I was kind of looking at my grade. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Same feedback. Running back game, with a couple injuries, right? We're not talking about Barkley.
I mean, Barkley's already a question mark. He may be out the first couple games.
If Zeke and Dalvin got hurt, you got the right handcuffs. I like
they're all handcuffs.
But you didn't get any of the starters. So, and Trey Lance. So let's stop this stuff, people. Trey Lance, I get it. We're drinking the rookie juice again. Trey Lance is not starting. We're drafting somebody that we're projecting that could start mid-year after the bye week, whatever the situation
after somebody's lung gets punctured.
Hurt.
People want the next Justin Herbert, man. They're on that Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow. They want that. They want it.
I think a lot of these, like I said with Justin Fields, put him in a keeper league, solid, right? But when we're just talking about a redraft, I don't see it. I definitely don't see it in the 8th, and even 8th is high. These are the kind of flyers. In your home leagues, this stuff's not going to happen. We're just all trying to predict, and we could go back I told you so. That kind of thing. That could happen, but it's just not this. It's not a safe pick, in my opinion. And
no way.
I digress.
Hey, we're on the West Coast, man. That's going to happen in my draft for sure. Actually, I think I play with more Raider fans. That's why I can't stand the Raiders, probably. but it's all right.
You're right. Hey, a lot of it is where you live too, so we do deal with that. Like you're gonna see Mozart, I'll probably have no chance at, but like cool, pick him hella early and
Yeah,
like
he's gonna go like
I'll
in the
just work
second
with it
round.
from there. Like that's fine. Um, whatever. Shout out to the homers out there, man. I respect you. I typically try to stay away from Cowboys. This year's obviously hard. I really do have a lot of faith in our offense. Last year's one of the
Not
first
so
years I
much in
went.
the defense.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see how all these picks work out, man. When we get Malik Hooker, it's not the Cowboys show. I can do that one all day, man. That's where my heart is. But let's move on to the Redneck 995.
Really? I didn't even get my grade on that one. I
Oh,
gave it
God.
a I gave it a C plus, man. Just because I couldn't deal with the running back situation. It was kind of my worst draft of the, and I feel bad because I invited him out. He hasn't been out in a long time. He's been coaching baseball and doing all that. So shout out for that. I know this guy knows his football, so maybe he was just kind of trying some stuff out here. Just dusting off the cobwebs. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he came out and drafted a couple A plus drafts earlier in the a couple months ago. So I know he has it in him.
Hey, bring it back. Bring it back. Come in for the tournament of championships. Make us eat our words. But I
Absolutely.
did move to the Redneck 995.
Yes, sir. Yes,
995.
sir.
Hey, Georgia area code. I'm thinking he's a
See,
Broncos fan.
maybe I'm earning the respect back a little bit here with the grades. I think maybe
Oh, he
just a,
said it's not.
just a
Anthony's
little bit.
just on. He's a politician right now. He don't have the heart to tell anybody. Like C plus to him is a F.
Hey, don't tell him that. Don't tell
Hey,
him.
sorry. Hey, the redneck.
Yeah, we used to
I
throw
don't even
D's and
feel
F's
right
out
saying
for real
that.
all the time, man. But who are we,
I don't even
right?
feel right saying that. I love
The-
it. Hey,
yeah, we
I
might have
love
to.
this dude's team.
We might have to Mr. Pickle him.
I almost want to change my.
Mr. Neck.
I'm not gonna change it. I felt like you missed it. But I love what he did. I think his whole thing, what got me is just not having that third quarterback because that's 2 games on 2 bye weeks where your quarterbacks are out. That's gonna hurt you. But like, dude, I could go over his picks. Like I love the Hubbard pick. Obviously Gallup, Waddle, stealing Melvin Gordon right there. Like Melvin Gordon didn't lose his job. That's again part of just the rookie stuff that's in everybody's head. It's still Melvin's job to start off until we see otherwise. We're just reading reports. Cortland saying, I get it. Okay. That's where your your Denver fan came out. But to grab him
Yeah,
and
Fant,
Cortland saying, like,
Sutton, Gordon, that little
you
Denver
you're
wasteland right
right.
there.
Hey, you're right in my playbook right there. Like that's the stuff that I do right there. I like both of those, especially to take him. I'm surprised Odell went before him, but Odell could have a bunch of value. Who knows? I love your team. I just would love to see a third quarterback anywhere in there. Even if you could have pulled off, I know it's one before you get that Cam Newton where you got Gallup. Even though I love Gallup, you just didn't need that fifth receiver there, and you would have been up there. You would have been probably one of my tops. Cam's doing stuff this year, boys. He's trying to earn his job. Put some
Yeah,
respect on Cam's name.
put some spec on his name. I had to come out here, man. I didn't like that Denver kind of stack there. Obviously, we know why he did it. And again, go get your guys, man. If you're going to be watching those games, it's nice to watch those guys on your team, just to have them if that's what you're going to do. But in regards to fantasy, have to look at it through those lenses. So for that case, I'm grading it also a C plus. It doesn't have the QB3, has that
Facts.
crazy stack. I mean, I like the other guys. You know me, I don't like Dobbins as much. Again, I don't mind him as an RB2. I know that's where he's kind of projected and supposed to go. But again, I just don't like having those guys that have a quarterback that's more of the RB1 or number one option on the goal line versus just giving it to your back. You know, it's just I don't like that. I'd rather have somebody else. I mean, that's just all it is. I'd rather just have somebody else. I'm not disrespecting it. I just would rather have somebody else, and that's all. So I'm at a C plus on that one. I don't
Hey,
need
it's
to
never
beat a dead
disrespect.
horse.
We're
No,
a
no
couple
pun
weeks
intended.
away. We're just iron sharpens iron. So we're not saying
And my son's a
we're better or
Broncos fan,
anything
so I'm
like
not
that.
even
Just
hating. My son's a Broncos fan, so somehow I don't know how, but he is.
you Used to be a Cowboy fan.
That's probably why he had to just get on to somebody else.
All right, guys. First time ever. First time ever. I'm not gonna give you an F minus.
Whoa, no way. Tell me what you really
I'm
think.
gonna I'm gonna put you in. I just moved you down just looking at it. This is trash.
D minus? D?
Man, it's really like fourth, fifth best draft in my opinion. You obviously killed it. It's with the Irv Smith, um, and then your wide receiver. You just like your lack of respect for wide receivers to me is crazy. When you're going Rashad Bateman, who I think could be the number one over there in Baltimore, but to only have three, like you got to pick up a little more right there. I know Zach Moss is too good to give up, and it's running backs early and often. You probably have another 4 rounds to figure this out. I hate Tanyan, but what a steal, I guess. Like
Mr.
to get
Irrelevant.
him as Mr. Irrelevant, like,
It's a perfect place
and
for him,
getting
I
Cam
thought.
Newton, like, I liked your late round. I like what you did. I
No,
just
I
feel
just
like,
ran out of a round. I don't know where. I noticed it too that I didn't have a fourth receiver or a fifth receiver. I was just like, how did I was looking back at the team and I'm kind of like, what happened? And I just kind of went running back crazy because the running backs that kept falling to me, I was just like, I can't pass this guy up. I can't pass this guy up. I can't pass this guy up. Like
and
I
that's a
got
team I could see
Montgomery,
myself
Williams, and
having.
Hunt. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'll figure out
Yeah,
whatever else I'm gonna do later at receiver. Like I'm taking these running backs all day.
same.
So like I
And
was
there's
like, I'll
such
figure it out
value with
later.
Odell, too. I
I'm
can't.
not. Yeah,
A lot of these guys, the last three receivers right before then, we know I love Sutton, but like Odell, Lockett, and Thielen, like just pay attention, guys. Like in Galladay, like all these guys are highly talked about. We're talking about we're talking about seventh round. Like we're talking about
that's what I'm
eighth round.
saying. I was like, all right. Like I'm fine with that. I'm fine with him as my wide receiver too. Especially if I have that much running back depth. Like I said, I'll figure it out later.
But yeah, I don't know how we don't even talk about J.K. Dobbins going 4-2. Like that's something that we've never seen in our
Oh,
drafts
crazy. Yeah,
for
really late.
whatever reason. These guys are. Hey, it's so
It's getting crazy, dude. It's
crazy.
getting,
People are
yeah.
so on it, man. Um,
These are competitive mocks, man.
they really are. So there really is no bad mocks. Like even you could be the worst in this, but like I don't see one team that I'm like, oh, that's horrible. Like there is okay, one or two exactly should have taken a wide receiver instead of
Right.
Moss. I
But I
agree
couldn't
right
pass
there.
him up, dude. I could not pass him up, and I wanted to, but I was like, he's still here. How do I
Yeah,
not take him? I'll
yeah.
figure out wide receiver later. Yeah,
Especially when we
see?
suffered with
And
it
Hunt
all
at
last
6'1,
year.
that's what I'm saying. He came to me and I was just like, I gotta take him. Like I should have took another receiver. Every other draft, I take a receiver right there.
Hey, I have those moments too, and I'm like, all right, gotta go receiver here, gotta go receiver
Yeah.
here, and you're
And then
like,
it's just
wait,
like,
hey, you just
oh,
click the
running back.
quarterback button real quick, click the running back, you're like, whoa.
I always check running backs, and then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he's still here? All right, I'll take him. Welcome to the
So I just think with
Rostaholics.
that being said, who knows? Your boy Smith could have a great year at tight end, and I know most people, even like me in the past, like I really didn't care about tight end. But then when you're looking at what Kelsey's doing and like Darren Waller, like Waller's shot up the board more than Kittle, and I don't think it's all just based off injury.
Well, and especially in a
Um,
PPR, it's a lot more important, more so than in a standard.
and that was the only thing I didn't go too much back on CastleBlack. If somebody, I can't predict injuries, but like if you're picking a tight end that early, back them up. Like you're putting a lot of faith right there because there's nothing after this. Like, I mean, you're just streaming at that point and you use your third pick on him, you know. And I hate backing up tight ends. And now, yeah, it's just my head. I like to have like how you did. Whatever, I got two tight ends. One of them could be good, or we'll work it out, or I'll switch
I'm
them up week to
dropping one
week,
of them
that sort of
anyway.
thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna figure out which one I need to play, and then drop one because I'm picking up somebody else anyway, or making a trade. 2 for 1, 3 for 2,
Yeah,
open
hope
up a
to toss a
spot.
running back for a tight end. But I try not to grade everybody's team based off the trades they can make. I
Well,
do
yeah,
like I do like looking at their teams like that. Like some of these guys that got 4 or 5 receivers, like 100%. Like
yeah, like we're
King
gonna make a
Saw
trade
going with
easily.
4 quarterbacks, like easy move for you guys, you know.
Right. And again, that's why they're
I
in the
like it.
A range. So that's what
Hey,
you're looking at. No, that was a
all
good
right.
episode, man.
So all
It was
this
fun.
stuff was practice. we're gonna try to run this tournament. It's not gonna be easy. We're gonna need a lot of drafters. We want everybody in. If you've already been in, if you already seen it, if you have friends that are on Sleeper, whatever it is, we're still ironing out what we want to do, but you will be acknowledged. Like we want this to be big. So when you're getting into these drafts, this is exclusive. It's not going to everybody. We will not let people in twice. We're not trying to draft ourselves, that sort of thing. Like we want to make this exclusive, and we want to find out who really is the best drafter that we're dealing with. Maybe we'll see
Let's
what
find
these
out.
teams do at the end. Maybe we save the rosters. Who knows? Maybe we throw them into a best ball. I don't know, but we would love to have everybody take part in it. It's starting tomorrow. Be ready. If you're available, hit us up on Sleeper, Twitter. You can put it on the YouTube. Let us know. We
Text
want
me.
you guys. We need you guys in here.
Text Dustin. I'll put his number right here.
Bro, 208-4361. Let me know if you're in California trying to buy a house. I'm just kidding. I won't go there, but man, we appreciate everybody who's watching, who has watched. Tim Boy's always a big part, you know. Wilson, all our guys, like we appreciate you. AwkwardSharkDad, all our return drafters that were in this draft, all the new guys that have been in here, like appreciate you guys, man. Look forward to having you guys again. King Saab, you got my trophy this week. Hey, we'll see you guys soon.
Wednesday, we'll be here. I don't know how to like end it. How do we end it?
Your team sucked, dude. I was just trying to be nice to you. Your team's
What?